This and every episode of REKT Podcast is brought to you by Beaksy Exchange, an upcoming cryptocurrency exchange built in collaboration with One Market Data. Beaksy is bringing legacy finance speed, power, and sophistication to crypto for the first time. With 225,000 transactions per second per pair, comparable to NASDAQ, 15 order types on day one, with 25 order types on full rollout, and a dedicated customer support team, Beaksy is setting itself apart from the competition. Check out Beaksy today at Beaksy.com and pre-register today at Beaksy.com/registration to get your free Beaksy Exchange tokens. That's Beaksy.com, BEAXY.com. What's our intro?
I don't know. I'll have to go through. I'll go through afterwards. And I'm sure we said something funny.
I don't know. Maybe not. Hello and welcome to REKT Podcast. I am Bunchu Betts alongside my esteemed colleague and co-host, Crypto Chamber. Chamber, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We had Father's Day weekend.
We did.
You know,
Happy
I'm a
Father's
father.
Day to you, my friend.
It is such a bullshit day. I got some problems with Father's Day.
You do? All right, let's hear them because, first of all, happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
The father of two beautiful little girls.
Yes, they are. I think they're mine. I mean, I haven't done like the science behind it yet.
They're either yours or Krampus's. So.
Those are the only two options at this point.
Right.
But no, my wife got tickets for, we had Cirque du Soleil come through town over the weekend. So she had bought tickets for, we'd got tickets for her parents and for my oldest daughter. So I got stuck at home watching my 1-year-old while they went out and had fun. I mean, she did sleep.
On Father's Day?
On Father's Day. On Father's Day.
This is some bullshit.
So I woke up. So this is my Father's Day. Wake up, okay? Make breakfast for everybody that was there. So I made bacon and pancakes at like 7:30. Did some stuff around the house. I think at about 11:30 they leave. Thank goodness my youngest daughter slept for like 2.5 hours, so I did have a little alone time where I played video games and got high. So I mean, silver lining. But then they all come back. Now my brother and sister-in-law are here, unannounced for dinner. I make dinner for everybody. And
this is ridiculous.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I prefer to do these things when people are over because I don't want to talk to anybody. So I'd much rather be just kind of doing stuff around my house.
And you don't want anyone to help.
No, I do not. And you know this. See, I tell you one time, you know this. I have to tell everybody in my family a freaking 100,000 times. Bunchu gets it right off the fucking bat. But I ended up making, I made a tasty dinner. I made Reuben sandwiches for dinner.
Ooh,
they were quite good.
Big fan of a Reuben.
Hey, that's a hell of a sandwich. That's top 3
I'm also a
sandwiches
big Rachel guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you know what a Rachel is, right?
No. Is it a lady Reuben?
So it's a Reuben, but you swap the corned beef for turkey.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
Still with the Thousand Island dressing and the sauerkraut, though?
Exactly.
All right, I can get behind that. I like that.
Yeah.
So, and then
Maybe that's an American thing.
You know what? Maybe I just haven't been to enough sandwich places.
You not been to enough sandwich places?
I feel the amount of sandwich places in Canada is minuscule compared to what options you have in the U.S.
We have a lot of sandwich places. Us Americans love a good sandwich.
We just got the town I live in is kind of like a test town for franchises from the United States. So we just got like I want to say Jersey Mike's.
Oh, Jersey
subs.
Mike's, very good.
Fucking great sub.
Yeah, get a number 9. That's my go-to.
That's a go-to. All right.
The number 9's my go-to. Yeah.
So then everybody just stayed very long, and then I just crawled into my bed while everybody was still there, and watched my iPad and went to bed. So kind of a shitty Father's Day.
Interesting. That Father's Day in your house was, well, I remember you asked me if we could record on Sunday, and I said,
I had nothing but time that night.
I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure if I would be back in time. I was going to my family's for Father's Day, and you said, you need to have kids. I ain't doing shit.
Yeah. Turns out, I didn't go anywhere, technically, but I did a lot of shit around my house. But yeah, you do need to have kids because you can play that card. Like, my wife is pretty good about it. We had bought the Cirque du Soleil tickets like 3-4 months in advance, so I don't think she knew that it was technically Father's Day that weekend. Just having a fall there, so no harm, no foul on Amber.
Hashtag Who's your daddy?
Done. So I like that. Yeah. So pretty good weekend, but we got a lot of busy weekends coming up. Summertime's always busy, so
yeah,
it is what it is.
Well, before we go any further, I have to talk about our sponsor, Lolly. So if you are interested in accumulating more Bitcoin, which you should be because it is on a roll. We are at 9,300, I think, right now, Chamber?
It's definitely over 9. I'm pulling it up right now, 9,308 as we speak.
Wow. So yeah, you should be interested in accumulating more Bitcoin. You need to check out Lolly. That's LOLLI. You can find them at lolly.com and on Twitter at @getlolly. Oops, sorry, @trylolly. Lolly is the free browser extension that lets you earn Bitcoin when you shop online. For every purchase at one of the Lolly merchants, you can, I like how that rhymes, you can get up to 30% Bitcoin back directly to your wallet. So I've been doing this all month, and I've earned like about $50 worth of Bitcoin just from doing my online shopping.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, dude. I found a way to book my company hotels through Hilton that way, and so I'm stacking mega sats. So Lolly has partnered with over 500 merchants, including Jet, Overstock, SeatGeek, Priceline, and like I said, Hilton is one of those too. It's safe, completely free to use, and is a great way to earn and share Bitcoin with family and friends. Don't miss out on your chance to accumulate more Bitcoin for the next bull run. Check out lolly.com. That's LOLLI.com, and on Twitter @trylolly. You're still jealous, aren't you?
So jealous. $50 just by buying stuff.
$50 just by doing stuff
that's going to be like $1 million in 10 years.
I know, just for fucking booking my hotels. I did have a problem with Jet, though, when I ordered groceries. They did not deliver some of the items that I had ordered. So I got my Bitcoin. Lolly was great, and I got my Bitcoin, but Jet didn't deliver some of the items that I ordered, so I had to deal with their customer service. And I got to say, fantastic. They gave me not only did they give me my money back, but they still sent the items. So that was pretty dope.
That is pretty good. So every time you say Jet, too, I think of the African-American magazine, Jet. You remember this?
Oh, yes, of course.
Like, this is a good publication here. I actually had a pretty good interaction with customer service. For the record, I've reached out to MeUndies as trying to get a sponsorship here for the show.
Yeah.
Big fan over here. I've spent hundreds of dollars upgrading
that micromodal fabric.
Oh, it is nice.
Can you tell I listen to too many podcasts?
No kidding, right? So it only took about 1,000 podcasts for me to jump in, but I bought this like mystery pack, so you can get these because it gets pretty expensive. You start buying them individually, so you can get mystery packs, and they just send you 3, of what they have, and I had bought 3 mystery packs, and 2 of them were the same. So I, essentially got like doubled up on.
So like when you get a mystery pack, like could be boxers, could be a thong kind of thing.
No. So yeah, I wish. No, I only go thong. No, so you pick your style, but the patterns will be the mystery. So like one pack was like like bright orange, one was like sushi pattern, and one was like hearts, or you know what I mean. So it's cool. So but 2 of them were the same. And so I contacted them, and they said, you know what, we'll give you 2 of your choice for free. We'll ship them right now, and you keep that one. So I ended up getting 5, and so they just came out with Saved by the Bell pattern.
Oh, you got Screech on your underwear?
I got the Kapowski, and I got the Morris.
sick. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
You know, the patterning is the the start of the show. There was that kind of that crazy 90s color
with
in the
a
background.
bunch of weird triangles.
Right. It's that. So there's two versions of that. I thought it was pretty cool. So shout out to them. Good customer service. Not even a sponsor of the show yet.
You're going to have screech marks.
I know. I hope not.
Hashtag screech marks. That'll be number 2 for the show. All right. Before we get any further to, we talked a lot about our reviews on our one of our shows last week. And so we did get a new review here. It was a 5-star review. And I'm going to read it here. This is from, so again, send us in your reviews. We will read them. If we get new reviews, we will read them because I think it's fun. And we'll give you a little more information on something we're going to do a little later in the show as well. This is 5 stars from Grouchy 2024. The title is Excellent Podcast minus the Canadian.
Wow. Wow. Well, you know what?
It starts off by saying, just kidding. Bunchu and Chamber bring it each episode. I was personally subscribed to 10 plus cryptos podcasts and now listen to only 3, and REKT survived.
Woo!
Both of the hosts make it in a majority of the episode, and then in parentheses says, rare in crypto podcasts. Okay, so that's good.
That's good.
And it's a bonus when Cynthia makes it on. They also have some of the best guests.
We sure do.
Thanks, Grouchy 2024.
I like that one. That's a good review.
Cheers to you. Send us your reviews. We will read them. But let's get into what we're seeing here in the market, Chamber. It's been another interesting weekend. So we've seen a lot of weekend pumps lately.
We have. I don't know what that means. I don't think there's
usually
any
weekends are slow, and I feel like the last couple Saturdays we've had some really interesting Bitcoin price pumps.
Yeah, I mean, I can't we were talking. We're talking $9,300. It seems insane. I feel like a month ago we were at like 6,500. You know
what's crazy is I saw a tweet, and I didn't even realize that it's been this long. The point where it was $3,200, which was like the bottom, was 6 months ago.
Is that right?
That's what I saw. I believe that. I trust the source of the tweet, so but it's got to be somewhere around there. It was like December, almost January.
Yeah, I guess so. It is like mid-June, so that checks out.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, geez, that's crazy.
So we got Bitcoin number 1 ranked with the $165.34 billion market cap, up almost 4% today, which is Monday of this recording, at $9,327. Ethereum sitting at $276. The Standard at 43 cents. Litecoin in the 4 spot at $1.35. Sorry, $135 for those who don't get my slang. Bitcoin Cash at $434. That's wild.
Crushing it.
EOS at $7.20. Binance, strong rebound here after their little dip from the weekend at $34.45 with a $4.86 billion market cap. That's insane.
It's a lot of cake.
It sure is. Satoshi's Vision at 222. Tether at $1 with in the 9th rank, and Stellar at 13 cents at the 10 spot. Crazy stuff going on, Chamber. What do you think overall? You're straight up bull.
I mean, I've been bull at I was bull at 3,200, so I got to be bull now, right?
Yeah.
No, I think it's people were talking about seeing over 10 grand. In the next, week or so. I've seen that floated around a little bit, but then I also saw it could drop to 6,500 before it takes off again. So who the fuck knows? Yeah, no, it's definitely good. What's your game plan right now? What are you doing? You buying shit coins with me or what?
No. So
I feel it's about.
As you know,
I feel about.
Yeah, as you know, I'm pretty shitcoin averse for the most part.
Probably a good idea.
I literally only hold, I only hold Bitcoin, I hold Ethereum, I hold my hero, and I own my Beaksy tokens, and that is it. That is the extent of my portfolio. So I don't know. I got burned.
It's not alt season yet by any stretch of the imagination. I think the smart move, if you want to dabble a little bit in alts, I think holding Ethereum and or Litecoin is probably a pretty safe bet. There's like a Litecoin halving this year, and Ethereum, versus the BTC pair is pretty, it's pretty reasonable at this point. Even, I hate to say it, but if you want to make some money, I think XRP is a possibility too. That chart looks decent.
So hey, do you have a little update on our little
trading
competition?
It was flying around all weekend. You were still winning, so I'm going to pull it up right now. So you had Ethereum and I had XRP. Let's see what we got here. So we're up in overall dollars, which is fantastic.
Always good, yes.
Are
we down in Bitcoin?
We are down in Bitcoin.
Of course we are.
It's not awful. So since we started, the value of BTC has gone up like 17. Is that right? 17%. Jeez, that can't be right.
Wow.
But you're down 4.5% versus BTC, and I'm down 7.5%. So
how many was I down?
4.5. Sorry.
All right.
So yeah, you're still in the lead. But I think those two are good, alt options, low risk, high enough reward. I think.
Hashtag financial advice.
Indeed.
So here we got on Masari.io the list of the biggest movers and the top losers for the day, which is interesting to look at. So the number one winner of the day, all miners will be rejoicing, Grin at $6.35, up almost 30% today. That's wild. Chainlink up 22% at $2.03. Rated Network up 16% to 39 cents. Particle, I don't know what that is. I'm not familiar. Up 14% to $3.16, and Counterparty up 13%. Those are your biggest movers lately. Grin's an interesting one. Our good friend of the show, Crypto Chris Walken, is peacocking around Twitter, giving the "I told you so,"
doing the Job chicken dance.
Oh yeah, he is. He's been telling everybody to keep mining Grin and Beam for months, and now he's reaping the benefits.
Good for him.
Yeah. So if you don't follow Walken for whatever reason, you should join his Discord group as well. Not Discord, his Telegram group as well. Awesome for new.
What's that called again?
Veteran miners. I think it's just.
It's something. It's like not Walking in Memphis. Should be that.
No, that's me.
But
it's proof of walking.
That's what it is. I knew it had a fun name. I think Walking in Memphis is nice too.
Anyway, so biggest losers, something called Doc, not sure. Puma Pay, which is down 10%. Dent. I was so pissed at myself. I was looking at just like the overall rankings the other day, and are you familiar with Dent?
Yeah, I bought a bag of Dent at one point. I was in and out of that position.
Do you know what it does?
If memory serves me correct, there's two, because I got confused at one point, because there's Dent.
Well, there's not Dentacoin's the one for dentists.
Dentist. So Dent is the one, I believe, where you can pool your like cellular.
Yes.
Like your overages and stuff like that, and then kind of sell those. Does that sound about right?
Yes, and I'm pretty sure, I can't remember correctly if I heard them on like a year ago maybe on Crypto Street or somewhere. I heard him on a podcast. I thought it was such a cool idea. I actually bought some like when it was first out, and I obviously flipped it, but I just looked the other day and it's like it's in the top 50 now.
Really?
On CoinMarketCap, and I was sad because I could have been rich. Because at the time it was worth literally nothing, and I was flipping like millions at a time. Anyway, but that's it for price action. Anything else to add before we move on?
No, I'm just waiting for alt season where I get those 100% in a day face melters.
Well,
it's gonna happen.
You
soon,
you might be in luck, Chamber, because first of all, let's get to the news. So, Chamber, it may not be alt season, but it is Beaksy season.
It sure is.
And we have potential for face melting Beaksy token rises here.
Yeah, we got in, so it's interesting. I just refreshed the Beaksy.com website, and it's under maintenance right now. Meaning,
did you see their tweet?
Like the recent one?
If it's under maintenance, they made a statement that said when it's going under maintenance for about 30 minutes, and then it's going live.
That's what I'm assuming here. As soon as I refreshed it, I saw that, I'm like, okay, it's almost go time. So it'll be interesting.
I'm about to leave. I gotta go.
We've been a mess all week, so this is going to be interesting. It looks pretty promising. I think the fit and finish of the website looks amazing.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
The compliments have been abound and plentiful on Twitter. I think it's. Could you ask? I mean, if you're Beaksy, could you ask for better timing?
No. The answer is no.
Which will bring us into the news article that I have. Crypto exchange Binance.com to block U.S. customers from trading.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, so Binance.com, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, is revamping the internal policies and cracking down on wayward users. The Malta-based exchange announced Friday morning. Couldn't it be better timing? That it was reviewing user accounts to ensure they follow Binance's terms of use and KYC procedures, and will remove deposit and trading permissions for anyone in violations of these policies. In an updated term of use agreement revised on June 14th, the exchange general site notably stated that Binance is unable to provide services to any U.S. person. The news comes less than a day after Binance announced it was formally expanding to the U.S. via a dedicated platform. So I don't know exactly what that means because a lot of people were freaking out on Friday. But I also heard that it could just mean that the U.S. will have their own separate Binance website.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's going to be a separate exchange for U.S. customers under Binance's umbrella. They partnered with somebody else as well, which leads me to believe whoever they partnered with, I forget who it is, but has some kind of regulatory capabilities, right? And then, it'll be a watered down version of Binance. So, but the big impact here is they'll be late to the game at that point. That might be 6 months down the road that they launched this U.S. friendly exchange where now you have, something like Beaksy launching right now for all these people that won't have anywhere to go in 3 months. Plus, I mean, it's a new exchange. There's a ton of hype about it. It's really actually fantastic technology too. So, it's gonna be interesting. I saw 15% of all Binance's volume comes from the U.S.
That was crazy. I saw that graph.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, and that's just who actually logs in from there. That's not even considering
like
if
VPNs.
You log in with a VPN,
right.
Which I'm sure some people do. But yeah, the SEC won't let him be and let him be me. So let me see. try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without CZ.
That's good. This is a free podcast, people. This is a fucking free fucking podcast. You're welcome.
Oh my God. Just wait till we were also talking about how our kids will someday hear this and
sorry.
Geez,
sorry for blowing all the money that I may have made in the future on frivolous items.
That's a future me problem.
Yeah,
you know?
that is a future me problem.
But anyway, look, I don't know. I'm obviously we're biased. We are sponsored by Beaksy. We have some stake in the game. So, but I mean, I look at some of these exchange tokens and market caps, and obviously Binance is the big horse at a $4 billion market cap or whatever I just said. But even you look at some of these other ones where like Huobi, is that how you say it?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't. Do you use that? I've never met one
used
person that uses.
No.
I don't know one person that uses it.
I feel like
and
that's
it's ranked,
like maybe like in more popular in Asia than it is in maybe Europe
Probably.
or North America.
Yeah, it sounds Asian.
It does sound Asian.
Like I don't know anybody who uses it.
No.
So and it's ranked 18 of all the cryptocurrencies, right? So that's got a almost I think $1 billion market cap or something crazy. And then KuCoin shares is still like in the 60, like ranked 60. So like when you think about what these exchange tokens have done as far as performance, that'll be my alt season, I think.
Yeah, we definitely hope so. But yeah, like even I stopped using like KuCoin. I was I don't use it anymore.
Wow, you were such a KuCoin
I was
slut.
But then everything got wrecked on KuCoin. That was I'm sure it'll see a resurgence come alt season when those shitty $1 million market cap coins are melting. But yeah, until then, it's not my favorite place in a bear market.
Yeah, I feel you. I was just gonna say something about KuCoin and I forgot. Yeah,
right.
But you used
So
to
did
be
they.
such a. Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, no, I was a big KuCoin fan. But yeah, we'll see. I may revisit next alt season, but for the time being, I'm a Binance. I guess still Binance for now. But Beaksy and Bittrex, the triple Bs. Speaking of triple Bs, actually, in other news, non-crypto related, shout out to we talked about walk-in. We're both Laker fans, and we got rid of some key players on our team. Got Anthony Davis in a huge trade, so triple B reminded me of that, getting rid of Lonzo Ball.
Welcome to Big Baller Zone.
Which I'm going to be pretty sad about.
Big baller brand.
Big baller brand, triple B.
That's funny, man. I texted you immediately when I got through that.
My phone lit up the moment. I'm like, oh, something happened, because I was actually talking to my father-in-law about that possibly happening over the weekend, and you and about 3 other people texted me all at once, and I'm like, okay, shit just went down.
That's funny.
Spent about an hour in my room after.
That's funny. We are going to have Franklin from Beaksy on with us next week to talk about the launch of the exchange. So if you haven't heard him talk about it yet, or if there's anything changed, he will be here to talk to us about that next week, which will be awesome. But I have another news story or two that we need to talk about here because we have not addressed it yet on this show, and that is Facebook Chamber.
I don't
Facebook.
I know. Our parents. Your
parents
platform.
Your parents are going to be into crypto before
I
you
know,
it.
real fast. My uncles, my
Facebook's
aunts.
Facebook's cryptocurrency partners revealed. We obtained the entire list of inaugural backers. So this is a article that came from Masari.io via theblockcrypto.com. And so basically, dozens of companies are set to be a part of the governing association of Facebook's cryptocurrency. So they've been quietly building. I don't know if it's been so quiet, but over a year, and they've got some of the most prominent companies ready to back this Libra token, right? And so, as recently reported by the Wall Street Journal, Facebook's cryptocurrency will be governed by a consortium of firms known as the Libra Association, which includes the likes of Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal. But it says here the block got its hand on some marketing materials, so it shows the entire spectrum of people that will be involved. Andreessen Horowitz, Union Square Ventures, cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase, and some non-for-profits, including Mercy Corp, Calibra, and which is a subsidiary of Facebook. And there's even some more on here. Lyft, eBay, Spotify, Booking Holdings.
Basically, so all of the apps on your phone.
Yeah, basically everything that you have on your phone, which is scary. So a person familiar with the situation said Facebook charged some members up to $10 million to manage their own node, which allows members to access and view the network. Originally, the company had ambitions to get Wall Street involved, but found a lack of interest among institutional giants like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. It's still looking to have 100 members in the association, but here's kind of what we know about the project. The funding from the consortium will back the coin, which is going to be pegged to a basket of currencies. So it's going to be essentially a stable coin. Do I have that correct, Chamber?
That's what I gathered as well.
If successful, Facebook could net $1 billion from the 100 companies it hopes to include in the project. Each of these nodes will reportedly get a seat in the Libra Association as node operators, sending a representative to the consortium. So this is interesting. It's like scary already.
Right?
Reports of a Facebook crypto began circulating in May of 2018 when Cheddar reported that the social media giant had begun looking into blockchain. I think the biggest thing here, the white paper is coming out, I think it's supposed to be tomorrow, right?
I think you're right. Yep.
So the 18th, I saw that the white paper is going to be coming out, which is interesting. So we'll get to see, a little bit about what it is intended to do. The problem I see with this is Facebook has already had some, less than wonderful data breaches, and it's clear that they sell our information and our data. And that's kind of what I feel like is happening here with these nodes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So all your data is going to be available to every one of these companies that just paid $10 million basically they paid $10 million for your information and your spending habits and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Seems like
what do
a
you
good
think?
Value. I mean, if your company $10 million to get everybody's spending habits, that being said, apps like Spotify, Uber, PayPal, aren't they, like eBay, aren't they getting that stuff already? Like MasterCard?
Yes. However, we are willingly giving it to them. That's the difference, right? So, and you're giving them that info, but where it stops, that's kind of what crypto is all about, right? Is protecting your, being a sovereign individual, and that includes protecting your data and your funds and your privacy.
Right. Now I'm just acting selfishly here. Now, if it's a stable coin, and you have investors like Coinbase, if there's a way to integrate some sort of, Bitcoin, processing within this and have Libra as the stable coin, basically what I'm saying though is if this is bringing Bitcoin to the masses in any way, it could be a positive.
but I don't think it will, right? It's going to take away from people's exposure to Bitcoin, right? It's going to be your mom and dad and aunt and
So we're saying
uncle.
like this is the only option?
That'll be the option they take because it'll be easy because
that'll be the only one available. Is that what we're saying?
Not the only one available, but it'll be the one that they use, right? Like Bitcoin's always going to be available, right? But so if everything they use is tied to Libra coin, they're going to use Libra, right? Or Facebook coin or global coin or whatever the hell it is. So this whole thing of decentralization and, it doesn't exist with this coin. It is the opposite of decentralized. It is controlled by the most centralized thing we have on earth at the moment, which is Facebook. And
this is my own fault if I don't know this, but aren't most stable coins very centralized? I don't know.
I guess that's true. I would say because they all come from a reserve,
right?
But the thing here would be, I think what I'm trying to say is this mass adoption of crypto will not be a mass adoption of Bitcoin. It'll be a mass adoption of this watered down, shitty, centralized Facebook coin.
I guess if I'm playing devil's advocate, the only thing I could say is at least it's, cryptocurrency adjacent. And if we
that's about the best way you could describe it.
And if it gets, and I love using the term boomers now. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to say now. If it gets the boomers kind of used to it a little bit, obviously the people that are using Facebook today aren't. I mean, I don't know the exact numbers behind it, but I have to imagine it's like 40 plus, and kind of below that are different different layers, whether it's Instagram or Twitter or what have you. There's one here, social media called Calibra. I don't even have an idea what that is.
Me either.
But I do feel that Facebook definitely leans on the older demographics. So even if they're comfortable, do you know what I'm saying? If it makes them a little bit more comfortable speaking in that language, maybe it could be beneficial and could ramp up. There could be a trickle down effect, possibly. I'm being generous.
See, that's the optimistic.
Yeah, I'm an optimist at heart. At the end of the day,
which is shocking because I wouldn't have thought you would have that view at all. But so just a couple more notes here. We'll learn much more about that this week because it does say here that the testnet and the white paper and everything is set to launch Tuesday, June 18th. So that'll be the release of this podcast as well. It says it'll be open sourced under an Apache 2.0 license. So you can check out the code and everything, open source it. Their goal is stability, low inflation, global acceptance, and fungibility. And all these funds are going to be, the blockchain is going to be backed by the Libra Reserve, which, as I mentioned, is funded by these companies that are partnered with it. So, but that's exactly my point, right? So where are they getting the funding to back this coin? Companies that want all your data.
At least we know
right?
that there's
so that's but that's
money
what's in it
behind
for them. Right, but that's what's in it for them, right?
Yeah.
So you if you don't care about that, which, that's up to you, then there might be nothing wrong with it, but if you're in crypto for the sovereignty and all the other things, the idealisms that, crypto stands for, this is the opposite of what
it is. Yes.
Want to see.
Yeah.
Right. So that's about it for that. That's going to do it for our news. Did we miss anything in news?
We should give a quick shout out to ccn.com.
Oh, yeah. R.I.P.
Yeah. For those of you who didn't hear, for those of you who didn't hear, literally coinciding with our adoption of Masari.io,
Totally coincidental.
Yeah, totally coincidental. CCN will be shutting down. This is due to a Google algorithm thing. That's the technical term, I believe.
I didn't understand what they were saying there. Were they basically saying that anytime someone put CCN in, they would get switched to CNN?
So here, you know what? I was listening to a much like who was the person that gave us that great review that pared down their crypto podcasts and then we made the cut. Do we have a name on that one again? Anyways.
Oh no, I don't remember.
I cut down my crypto podcast as well.
Same.
To obviously us. I do have to hear the sound of your and my voice. To Ledger Status or the Ledger Cast.
Yep.
And
great one.
Crypto Weekly. I still like Crypto Weekly. My boys across the pond.
So I haven't listened to that.
They're
much.
good.
I need to add that to the repertoire.
They're good for news. They don't necessarily have the guests. They play a few fun games, but if you want good news, they do good research. So shout out to Crypto Weekly.
We do less than good research.
We definitely do. But we have good guests and we play fun games, so that kind of evens it out a little bit.
Yeah.
But they went into it in a little bit more detail, and basically the conclusion they came to was Google was, obviously with the 2016 elections, there was some, political massaging, whether you were on one side or the other. So the information you would get would kind of recycle to you, kind of keep you in an echo chamber, so to speak. And it sounds like this new algorithm that Google put out took away traffic from right-wing-ish websites. So took some of that traffic away and kind of leaned it more towards the left wing. Is it called the left wing? I feel we call it right wing, but do we call it left wing as well?
Well, I was actually watching a stand-up special today, and the guy referred to himself as left wing.
Okay, good. All right.
I guess that is, he said left wing, right wing.
And I guess in Google's eyes, crypto, even though I don't think it's the case, or maybe as much as people think, at least from the outside looking in, but the perception of crypto is that there's a lot of right-leaning people in that, and if you have that crypto-based website, whether it's news or whatnot, basically CCN was seen like a right-wing news website.
Got it. Okay, that makes more sense.
And that took significant traffic from them. I forget what it was. I think it was like 30 or 40% of their traffic away.
Sounds kind of like an excuse to me, but all right.
Yeah, it was probably us at the end of the day.
We were probably the only ones giving them traffic. We were probably the only ones still using their website.
Yeah. So that shout out to the boys at Crypto Weekly.
Yes.
For that quasi regurgitation of their explanation.
Thanks for doing the research that we were too lazy to do.
Our news will always be a week late after I re-listen to Crypto Weekly.
Okay, we have two other things to cover here. One, we were supposed to get to at the top of the show, and we did not. Do you know what I'm referring to?
I feel like we did the lolly read.
Well, we definitely did, but we talked about Father's Day. But how could we talk about Father's Day without talking about how we have basically been adopted by the great Gilbert Gottfried?
My goodness. Yes, Gilbert Gottfried, super fan of the show. Made my day. Do we want to come clean on what actually happened there? Or?
I think what's his I can't remember his Twitter handle at the moment, but we're gonna get him on the show. He was actually, it's funny, he was one of the first people I followed on Twitter when I got into Bitcoin. Man, I really wish I had his thing up right now, but he did it. He basically pegged it. He said, "Great use of marketing budget."
He did. Yeah, I saw that. It is. So yes, we have a little bit of a marketing budget that we could play with, and we've been throwing this idea around for a couple of weeks now. You, I believe, came across this through work, right?
My company did this for the people who won major awards.
So this website that we used is called cameo.com, and there are hundreds of, I mean, I'm being as respectful as I can. I would say C-list celebrities and below. Is that fair?
I don't know. I think Gilbert's an A-lister.
I mean, in my heart, he's an A-lister. Don't get me wrong. But, he's not in blockbuster movies anymore. The years of Iago and Aladdin are long gone, I think.
That's true.
So, but you can get, there is a plethora of options. And you can get, a lot of people, I think the majority of people that use it will use it to, for birthday gifts, as a shout out. There's you can get like Brett Favre for like $500. They would be good for Father's Day. Yeah. Oh no, I was on it on Father's Day showing it to some folks, and yeah, there was a whole Father's Day category that had just tons of comedians, athletes, actors, musicians, but it was pretty good. So yeah, you and I both agreed that Gilbert Gottfried was probably the best value.
And he's hilarious.
Hilarious. Gilbert,
whatever we got him to say was going to sound fucking hilarious.
And I was typing it out, and as I'm typing it out, and I'm hearing his voice say it, and I submit it.
It sounded exactly like.
I cannot stress how happy I was. And the best part is literally 3 minutes after submitting my request, we got the video back. You had messaged me. He's like, they sent it back already. I'm like, no, I think that was just like in my head. I'm like, no, I think that was just an email saying that, a confirmation email saying that it was processed. But no, you were right. 3 minutes later, it was terrific.
The person I was referring to is at BTC Sessions, the Bitcoin Sessions.
That's right.
I think he's a Canadian, Chamber. He's from Calgary.
Yeah, we'll count that as, it's kind of the U.S. Alberta is like the 51st state. Very American.
When he comes on, you guys can fight about it. All right. Last thing we're going to do here. We are 2 weeks away from our 1 year anniversary. God, we're less than 2 weeks away. I think we are
like 10 days.
We are 11 days away.
Yeah.
11 days away from our 1 year anniversary. So thank you, first of all, to anybody who actually listens to us. We really appreciate it. We have fun doing this and staying involved, and we appreciate all your listens. What we are going to do for our 1 year anniversary is a little bit of an award show. So how's this going to work, Chamber? We have 10 categories that we've decided on.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we have 10 categories. We have, varies, but either 3 or 4 nominees within each category. Over the next 10 days or maybe less, we will be tweeting out each category with a poll and allow you guys to vote on each nominee. From there, the winner, we will request a acceptance speech, and we will have an award show with the acceptance speeches built in, hopefully in about 10 to 14 days.
So yeah, we'll try to get this out. Either it'll be an extra episode or it'll come out the first July 4th week, which will be a vacation week for a lot of people. So, But that's what we're going to do. It'll be fun. So we're going to now read the categories and announce the nominees. Is that correct?
That's exactly what we're going to do. So this is, for every person that's been on the show, they've been waiting on bated breath for this day to see if they've been nominated for a Rektie. What are we calling these?
Oh, I like a Rektie. A REKT Award, REKT Award. That sounds too. You can't say that.
An Rektie.
A Rektie.
A Rektie.
Yeah, a Rektie.
Yeah, I like.
I think that's what it should be.
Okay.
A Rektie. It's the Dundies.
It is like the Dundies. So
gotta get them to the Dundies.
So do you? I have them written down. Do you have them written down as well? Do you want to go 1-1?
I don't. So I don't. So you're gonna have to.
All right, I'll
guide us here.
I'll run us through. So the first category we have is funniest guest, and the nominees are Mr. Backwards, Crypto Fungus, Dumb, and Rektie. It's pretty exciting.
That's a solid list.
Those are very funny characters. Brekkie's episode in particular, when we made him shill in different voices, I think was epic.
I think Mr. B's got one of the most, memorable quotes. The big monkey on the rock. I will never forget that. And that was like our 5th episode.
Yep.
Dumb was his story about the urea coin. I was in stitches.
So so that one, I think that one's going to be really good. The second category I have here is smartest guest, and in that category,
we've talked to some smarties.
We have. That was easy to pick. We had a lot to pick from here. So I have for the nominees, J.W. Weatherman, Tron Black, Bruce Fenton, and Josh. I forget how to say it. Carpe Noctem.
Wait, that's not right.
Do I not have that right?
No, he was going to go in the different category, wasn't he?
Oh, I think I moved him into smartest because we had another one in that category.
Okay.
Because he's a smart guy too.
He is. But he would
a
also
lot of
fall
these people
into this category.
fit into a lot of categories.
Yeah.
So the third category is best project, and in there we have Hero, Sense, BlockFi, and Arvo. I like all of those projects. I think I don't know. Sense was really good. Hero, obviously, huge fans.
Crystal was still one of my favorite.
She was really
one
good,
of my favorite interviews. Yeah,
I agree. The next category we have is favorite sponsor. Here we have. We only had 3.
We've had 3 sponsors,
so you guys get to pick which ones. I can't believe we've had 3.
People actually
Beaksy?
like us enough.
I'll take it. The nominees are Beaksy, Lolly, and Honey Miner. Next category we have is best crossover episode. Again, in this one we actually have 3 as well. We did Coin Boys. We did Beards and Bitcoins, or Bitcoins and Beards. One of those 2 words in some order.
I think it's Beards and Bitcoin.
I agree. Yeah. And Yuki and the Goddess. And that was a fun one. I did that one on my own, but that one was particularly fun.
Great episode.
We did 2 Coin Boys ones. Those were pretty good as well.
That was like herding cats.
That was tough.
The one with Yuki and the Goddess was like herding cats.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic episode. You guys were all over the place.
You could hear the stress in my voice.
Yeah, because you're like I could hear you hearing me going.
That's it. Because if it was up to me, I would just let it go. But I'm trying.
No, but it worked.
Yeah. So that one was fun. Next category we have best crypto wreck story. Nominees for that one.
This is a good one.
Nominees for that one. Crypto Chris Walken. We got
with the 1,000 Bitcoin in Mount Gox.
In Mount Gox
story. Yeah.
We got BitLord.
For the, I think, what was it, 70,000 Ethereum?
Yeah,
oh my
something
God.
Silly. We have Peter McCormick
with his whole crypto story that went very viral on Twitter and then we had him on the show to talk about it.
It sure did. And then finally, GAT. That one was up there with one of my favorites. Obviously, the 1 or 2 Bitcoin.
I'd throw in 1 or 2 BTC to hear that story again.
That's still one of my favorite interviews. Category after that is best real life wreck story. In there we have Crypto J Simpson with the dead man boner. I believe that's the one, right?
I just imagine like you reading it like you're at the Academy Awards and you're like, Crypto J Simpson with dead man boner.
It's too much. I have Godson with You know, I want to. I don't want to
Godson
make light
with
of this.
stepping over dead bodies.
Yes, to go to school. Very difficult stories there. We have Not So Fast with, I want to say Auntie Ruth. Was it Aunt Ruth?
Not so fast with Auntie Ruth's losing Auntie Ruth's $80,000.
Yeah, that was a tough one. And Nita Coyne with his bee in the beer can while camping. I thought that was pretty funny too. Next we have Best Trader. And in this one, I have Ledger Status. I have Trader Main. I have Lisa Edwards. And I have a fourth one that I did not write down.
It was probably Nick Cody.
That's the one. Nick Cote, because he's Canadian and we pronounced it in a French way.
Sorry.
That's
there
okay. No harm, no foul. Nick Cote as our fourth there.
Now that's where I thought we were putting Josh. But
that's right. I moved
graduated
Josh up
into Smartest.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
He graduated to Smartest, so congratulations on Josh. Best Celebrity Interview is the next category here. And in that one, I have Brock Pierce, John McAfee, Fluffy Pony, and Charlie Shrem. Those are hot. Those are hot interviews.
They sure are.
I don't know who's going to win. I have an idea.
Oh shit! We need to add one to the crossover episode.
Who? We have space.
We did Bad Crypto, but we did them individually.
Oh, we did. Yeah, I'm going to add Bad Crypto into that one. Okay.
And they actually got 2 episodes, so
yeah,
because there was individual.
That is true. Good point.
So it wasn't a full crossover, but it was That counts.
Yeah,
for sure.
I count that one for sure. And then finally, the last category is still up in the air, and I'll let you take that one over. That's going to be Best User Reviews.
Yes, so this is what I was talking about earlier in the show. We are going to have a little contest here we are going to vote, me and Chamber, on the best user review that we get in the next 2 weeks. We'll add that one that we just got into the mix. And so submit us your 5-star reviews, make them funny, make us cry, make us do whatever you want. We're going to pick our favorite ones. We will read all the ones that we get on air and then make a decision. And the winner will get some items from the merch store. Is that correct,
Yeah,
Chamber?
that's what we'll do. We'll awesome. Treat them to some REKT merch.
And a Rektie.
And a Rektie. we should figure out how to get one of those in the store so people can buy a Rektie.
Yes. I need like an actual trophy for next year now.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we keep an eye out for those tweets over the next few days, and also start submitting us your reviews. The other thing I think we want to try to do is a mailbag episode. So send us what's our email, Chamber?
Our email is rektpodcast.info@gmail.com.
So send us mailbag questions. It can be anything.
You can DM us as well if that's easier.
Yes, DM us or drop them in the Telegram group. That'll be easy too. But if you want to email, it's rektpodcast.info@gmail.com. I think that's it for us today, Chamber.
That's
we got
it.
anything else?
No, that was a very
fantastic episode.
Plentiful podcast. A lot of good stuff in that one.
I enjoyed catching up with you today.
I agree. I missed you last week, especially.
I know.
Yeah, so it's good.
Well, I was here one of them last week.
Yeah, no, I felt like that was a long time ago though. These days go by so fast.
Dude, it was. So we'll be back solo again on guest list again on Wednesday, right?
Yeah,
or on Thursday.
Yeah, on Thursday.
Cool.
We'll see what happens then. Maybe we'll be over 10K.
Maybe we will. All right, and that's it. And as our good friend Gilbert Godfrey once said, this is financial advice.